Hi, folks. This is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. I'm here with Linda today to help me through this. And Linda, you had certain topics that people have been asking you questions about that that relate to fishing.
Yes, and Don, one of the topics that has been coming up has to do with visual fishing, and I don't know because I don't know a lot about fishing. I would defer to you and ask,
Okay.
what is visual fishing?
Well, what this really relates to is how that one of our senses, our eyesight, how that affects the fishing experience that we have.
I see.
And I think it's important to realize that there's a lot of rewards in fishing in what we see while we're fishing. And one of the things, we can go back to the very thing with kids. I think if kids want to experience what they can enjoy with fishing is aided a lot by what they use visually. For example, when we think of kids and we think of some of the pictures we've seen in the past of a little boy with a hat on out there fishing, you see a bobber out in the water, and that's really critical. Mm-hmm. If you can see what you're fishing for, and by using a bobber, the kids can see if they get a bite or not. They might not be able to feel it, but by watching that bobber on the surface, your line runs through the bobber on its way to the bait, and the bobber floats. And so if you get a bite, what happens is that bobber will either start dancing on top of the water every time the fish moves its head, or if the fish takes off and starts running, they'll actually see the bobber go under the water, and that's the time to set the hook and start reeling in.
I see. That's
fun.
Very interesting.
That makes it far more involving for the kids to see the bobber. Now let's go forward to all of us fishing. We talk about how much fun it is for bass fishermen to start using artificial baits that resemble frogs, because then they're seeing the fish come up and hit. Mm-hmm. And I've talked about how my buddy Rust loves musky fishing because he sees the wake of the fish coming. It's a visual type of thing.
Yes.
We're using baits that are on the surface, and it's the same with fly fishing. When we're a fly fisherman, we use dry flies that float on the water, and when you can see the fish come up and jump and try to take that in, that's more excitement than just feeling a tap on your fingertips. Mm-hmm. It enhances the whole fishing experience, the visual impact of fishing. And that's what a lot of the bass fishermen are doing right now. These pro fishermen, they've got sonar and screens that they can look at, and they can actually see the fish out there in the water. They know if there's fish around or not. Mm-hmm. And they can see the fish coming for the bait. That's their visual excitement. Yes. And it really does add to the whole fishing experience if you can see the fish as well as just feel them.
Yes.
It really makes it.
Well, and to take this topic in just a slightly different way, when you do the sports shows, one of the things that attract people to your booth is the visual component of having a video for either the seasoned angler or young children who are coming in and they see one of your videos where the muskie's been striking or the bass is jumping up out of the water, and it excites them and they want to learn more about fishing.
Yeah, and your whole visual world around when you go fishing, if you just take the time to look and see what's happening around you, yes, the water around you, you can see if there's birds around that are identifying with things happening on the surface,
like ospreys.
Yes. And the other thing is, for a fly fisherman, you go out there to your favorite spot, and if there's a hatch of flies on the water, that intensifies your excitement about what's to come, because you see fish dimpling the water all around you. So now you know they're there. It's just like having a screen that the pro bass fishermen are using.
That's
you
very
can see the
interesting.
fish all around you.
Yeah.
So I think, aiding in this whole experience is if you use your eyes and if you have visual rewards, it can really, intensify the whole fishing experience. Until next time, this is Don Meissner with Linda McQuinn in the North Country Fishing Report.